Hey guys, Michael R5 Ventures coming back at you with another video that I've been thinking about doing for a while. I've touched very briefly. I've already explained that I really don't want a lot of personal information out as far as where I work and what department and stuff, but a lot of people know I'm in law enforcement, and today I decided I'm going to do a quick video on my duty belt. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna flip the camera angle down and we're gonna go ahead and dive right into the belt, and I'll let you guys know what I got on mine. Alright guys, so this is just briefly how I have my belt set up. I'll let you guys see, I'll toss it on at the end of the video to kind of let you guys see how I have it set up on my body, but it's pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple. This is my issued X26 taser. This is a pretty standard taser throughout law enforcement. Anyone that's seen any kind of law enforcement video already knows. But this is my issued X26 taser. The holster I actually bought myself because the holster they issued us I actually don't like. So I bought my own Blackhawk holster for it. Going around, I have two mag pouch, so I have two extra mags. The department, they issue 3 mags. This is actually not my issued weapon. I don't have a take-home gun, so this is actually my mags for my gun I carry to and from work, and most of the time this is the one I carry off duty. Just behind that is my radio holster. This is going to be changing pretty quick here. At the beginning of the year, we're getting all new radios. We actually finally are upgrading from analog to digital. And the radios we're getting is actually going to open up a lot of doors for us as far as being able to communicate with other agencies outside of ours. Alright, going back to the front again. This is my handcuff case. From the very beginning, I've always carried at least 2 sets. At one point, I was carrying 3. But I had two cuff cases on the back, and I really didn't like that setup. So what I ended up doing was this is a double handcuff case. So you open it up right off the bat. You have Smith & Wesson that's issued to me by my department. They're standard chain. And then I bought these Smith & Wessons. I believe are the 100 model, but they're the hinge set. These are actually the Model 300, so those are tucked inside, and the pouch right outside of that is my issued cuffs, which are a chain. So that is my handcuffs. I always have at least 2 on me on my vest, which I'll show you at the end of the video. I'll show you my vest as well. I also have a 3rd set on my vest. Coming back around again, you have my OC spray. This is just a pretty standard issued OC pouch that's issued to me by the department, and we actually use Saber Red Crossfire. So this is a pretty good spray. We actually have to get sprayed with it in order to carry it. So I felt the effects personally being sprayed with this stuff, and it works. So I also have a key keeper, which has one of my mini handcuff keys. It's just on a keychain that loops onto it. I also have a key keeper just behind my taser on that side. This is also a issued gun holster we have. Again, this is my gun. We were originally carrying Glock 22s, which is 40 cal, which is what this is. I actually loved it so much I bought one for myself just to have on my own. We've switched from Glock 22s to Glock 19s, so we went from this 40 cal to a 9mm. Like I said, I actually have 3 mags just like the department issues, so my other mag is actually out of here. I just unloaded it for the video. But it's a pretty standard holster. We are completely unloaded. There's no mag. There's no round in the chamber. We're trained on a look, feel. So you're looking, no magazine. You're looking, no round in the chamber, and then you actually feel that you can fit your finger in that chamber. So this is a pretty standard holster among law enforcement. It has a hood. It's actually a level 3. And then you guys notice the entire back of my belt, there's nothing on it. Our department's actually issued a lot more than what I have on my belt. I just refuse to carry it. If I put any more gear on my belt, I'm going to start running into having to put stuff on the back of my belt. And I'm a firm believer that there should be nothing on the back. When you're sitting in a chair, when you're sitting in a squad car, when you're sitting in anything that's back is going to be pushing and digging in your back. And I'm not a fan of that. So this is briefly my duty belt setup. I have several belt keepers. I got one just between my taser and my mag pouch. And then I also have one right by my key keeper, just behind my OC spray, and between my OC spray and my gun holster. I also usually will have one just behind my holster, and that just helps because if anyone's into firearms and stuff like that, you know how much it'll weigh down your belt if you open carry. So we always try to have one in front, one in back, and then there's also two additional ones that we keep in the back. So you're going to have one just off to your left hip towards the back, and one off to the right of your hip in the back. So this is the way I have mine rigged up. I kind of like simplicity. It's, like I said, it doesn't have a lot. I'm actually issued a lot more stuff. I just don't carry. So as far as flashlights, I usually keep one in my pocket. So that's why you don't see a flashlight holder. I also have a bigger flashlight that I can usually just stick in my pocket too if I want to carry that one as well. Fortunately, the BDUs that we carry, they actually offer a lot of pockets. They're fairly deep pockets, so even if I want to carry my bigger flashlight, it still fits perfectly in my pocket for me. So this is it. I don't have a flashlight holder. We're not actually, we don't qualify with batons, so we don't have a baton. We've talked about it at one point. The department did not want to go for it. So we don't have batons. We're not issued them. We're not even allowed to carry them, so it's not like I could buy one and just throw it on here. So I don't have that on here either. But this is just a quick little setup as far as my belt goes. So sorry about that. My camera did die, but like I said, I was saying, this is my setup that I found simplistic for me. Like I've been saying, I'm issued more equipment from my department that I'm supposed to carry, but to me it just doesn't make sense. So things are going to change. Like I said, we're getting new radios at the beginning of this year. So this is October, so we only got 3 months left, and we should be getting new radios hopefully. I've been talking with my administration as far as the radios and kind of expressing some concerns, trying to help them figure some stuff out, and we're pretty happy with where we're going with it. I did take the opportunity, since my camera did die, I did take the opportunity to go get the rest of my gear, so we're going to go ahead and switch over to that. So this is my issued vest. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't have any identifying patches on it, so I don't mind showing it to you guys. The only thing it shows you is sheriff. I got identifiers on the front and the back, so it does say Sheriff's Department on the front and the back as well. So that's pretty much all you guys have known. So I don't mind showing that off to you guys. I've already mentioned I work for the Sheriff's Department, and that's pretty much the only thing I've mentioned. So there's really no identifiers besides that. So on our vest, we have complete molly webbing on both the front and the back, so we can actually attach any kind of gear we want. I actually ordered a pouch for the front of my vest. Unfortunately, I don't like it. I ordered one that was frankly just too big. It basically takes up this entire half of my vest, and I just don't want a pouch that's going to take up that much space. Considering there's some other things I actually want to put onto my vest, a pouch that just takes up the entire side of my front just doesn't make sense for me. Things I do have currently on it is just a cheap little carabiner. I often will put like a squad car key or a key for the gun box or whatever keys I currently have. If I don't have it on my key keepers on my belt, then I'll just snap it on here. If I'm driving a squad car, I jump out at the gas station, go get something to drink, I'll pop it onto here. It's just quick and easy to access. I also have a secondary key for handcuffs I usually keep on here. Usually there's a pin on here too. I stole it the other day. It's actually in my shirt pocket upstairs for my uniform. And then this is the extra set of handcuffs I mentioned. So I actually have a handcuff case molly-webbed onto the molly-webbing. So I actually have a handcuff set molly-webbed onto my vest. And I can actually put leg shackles in here if I wanted to. I've actually been debating on it, of putting a set of leg shackles into my case instead of a cuff. But inside are Smith & Wesson universal hinge cuffs. And I carry these in my vest just because I call them my big boy cuffs. They open wider than most standard handcuffs, and they also close. I think that's about the last notch. So they close smaller than most handcuffs, and they open larger than most handcuffs. So that's why they're called universals. This is the universal, I believe it's the 1 model. Yep. So it's the universal 1 model. But this is just why I decided to keep these on my vest, is because they fit more people. This is actually a double cuff case as well. I just choose not to have a second case or a second set of cuffs in it because there's just really no need. With two on my belt, 1 on my vest, that's 3 cuffs. That's more than enough. Besides that, that's pretty much it as far as my vest goes. Like I said, I have molly-webbing attachments, so I can pretty much do whatever kind of setup I want. I'm going to be looking at another pouch because, like I said, I don't want one that's going to take up this whole section. I wanted kind of like a smaller pouch because I am considering putting some other attachments on here as well. So that's my vest. Flashlight I carry usually in my pocket is this really small one. I have rechargeable batteries in it. They're 18650s. So I have actually probably half a dozen of these batteries, so I can keep them charged. It's not an issue for me. When they're fully charged, the light is actually fairly bright. It has multiple settings, and it'll even strobe. It even does an SOS pattern, but there's no need for SOS patterns for me. But this is made by Nikkor. So it's the P12 model by Nikkor. If you're interested in getting it, it's a pretty decent flashlight. I have really no complaints with it. Also, my bigger flashlight, which is the Streamlight Stinger. If anybody's into law enforcement, whether you're in the profession or not, you're just a fan or you want to get into it eventually, you pretty much know a Streamlight Stinger. So this is a super awesome flashlight. It's kind of pricey, but again, it has several different modes, so you can dim it, brighten it back up. You double click it, it's got a strobe pattern too, so it's very disorientating if you wanted to use it as a distractionary device. It has a cradle, so it's rechargeable. I have a second set of battery. All it is one single battery, but I got a second battery for it. And like I said, I got the cradle for it as well. So if I want to, I can actually carry this flashlight in my pocket as well. Like I said, with our BDUs, I'm actually pretty grateful that we have some pretty deep pockets I can just put in my front pocket. But usually on a day-to-day basis, this flashlight does perfectly fine for me. Occasionally I will bust this out and use it. But for the most part, it's just, I don't know, it just kind of sits in my car. But at some point, I'm sure I'll use it a lot more than this one. It's just not going to be at the current job I'm at right now. Alright guys, so that's it for my vest and my belt. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is something I've talked about doing for a while with my wife. Kind of just give you guys an insight. Maybe you guys don't know anything about this stuff. Maybe you guys do. Maybe you guys are a big fan of it. Maybe you guys hate it. I don't know. But I wanted to get a lot of different content out, and I think it's just kind of fun to touch into it. This is stuff that I carry. I probably have this stuff on me more than I have it off of me, especially with the way I've been working lately. I did 7 days straight without having a day off. I do 12-hour shifts, so I probably wear this stuff more than I wear what you're seeing right now. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to just touch on and give you guys a glimpse into what some of the stuff we wear. This is still not all of our duty gear, like I've said. This is just the stuff I joked down and let you guys check out. This vest alone, hopefully it puts it into kind of perspective, but this vest alone has a significant amount of weight to it. So just think about that next time you see cops running or sitting outside on a 90-degree day. The vest gets extremely hot, and you're carrying a lot of extra weight between the vest and the belt. So, you know, I think law enforcement, first responders in general, I think they deserve a little bit more respect than they get. But I'm going to go ahead, I'll put this stuff on, and you guys can kind of get a full body of what it looks like with the actual gear on. Alright, so this is what it's like with all my gear on. Like I said, flashlight's usually just in my front pocket. Obviously, I don't know if I can do it. These jeans pockets aren't quite the same as BDU's pockets, but they're usually flashlights in here. If it's not this one, usually this one's just clipped on. I got a belt clip on it, it just clips onto my pocket. Another option I have if I want to just get to relatively quick is I can just clip it right onto my molly. The only thing that sucks about that is the clip actually does come off fairly easy. So I wouldn't want to have it up here long term unless I got a molly webbing compartment for the flashlight itself. But this is what it looks like. So you're going to have everything set up. Trying to get things arranged. I don't have, obviously my shirt's not tucked in. I don't have my belt keepers on. But this is about where everything would sit. So like I said, this is as far back as you're going to see anything on me. So this is where my radio's at. I'd have a belt keeper here, and you got your gun holster, belt keeper, key keeper, and it's right here. OC spray, double cuff case, your buckle, taser, another key keeper, and then another belt keeper. And then I usually, once I secure that belt keeper, I usually push my mags as far as I can forward. And you got both your mags right here. So like I said, the entire back is clear. I think that's extremely important, something people really need to think about when they're setting the belts up. So if you guys are setting a duty belt up for whatever agency you work with, as long as they don't have any particulars on how you set your belt up, I really think you guys should consider setting it up where you don't have anything on your back. It's going to save your back in the long run. But this is it. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Hopefully it gives you a little insight into different ways to set up a belt if you're actually interested in setting up one for yourself. Maybe you guys are getting on a department, or you guys are already on a department looking at new setups. But this is working out really good for me right now. So I guess until the need changes, this is it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure if you guys are new, smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, share this out. I really appreciate it. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace!